This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, we'll be starting our next topic, that is mass processing and automation. So the topics that we are going to cover, they are, we will see, use the options and functions of mass processing of planned orders, mass processing of production orders, okay, various automation options, okay, different automation options available. We will understand today importance of the production scheduling profile, then usage of collective orders, okay, and then usage of the trigger points. How to use the trigger points, we will understand. So these are the topics we will be covering in the mass processing and automation. So basically, first we'll start with the mass processing. So basically, you can use mass processing to execute functions for multiple process or production orders. So basically, normally when we create the order, what we understood is normally is MRP creates a planned order. Then you convert that planned order to production order. So instead of converting one planned order to production order at once, you can take multiple planned orders and you can convert them to production order at once. So mass function. Same way, let's say you have some orders, let's say you have 10 orders, 10 production orders. Instead of releasing one production order at a time, you can release multiple production orders. You can release a multiple production orders at once through mass function. So basically, instead of processing one planned order or one production order at a time, you can process multiple planned orders or multiple production orders at a time. So that is nothing but mass processing. It will basically save your time. Okay. For planned orders, you can only carry out planned order conversion or a material availability check. So for planned orders, you can do only two functions, conversion or material availability check. Whereas, I'll come to this. You can start mass processing with the options execute immediately. Okay, you can execute immediately, or generate function order, function indicator, or background. You can do it as a background job also. This background job we will discuss later on, how to schedule the background jobs. Okay, that's what this is what we discussed. Production orders and planned orders in part can be processed with mass processing. Okay, whether individual functions can be used depends on the selected object, that is order, operation, material component, and production resource or tools. So what function you are going to execute, that depends upon the object you select, whether it is a planned order or production order, what it is basically. Based on that, the required function can be selected. Okay. So this is the one. A typical mass processing screen looks like this. Okay. So here you will have a selection screen. From the selection screen, you select it, and then from there you go to the function. The function you are going to carry out, whether you want to release the production orders or whether you want to do the scheduling of the production order. What function you are want to do, that you will select and then you execute it. Okay. So this is a mass processing. So we will see this in the system. Okay. So let me log in. Okay. So let us take our product. This is our product. Okay, so we don't have any stock at this moment. We don't have any planned orders. We don't have anything now. Okay, what I will do, I'll just enter the PAR forecast and then we will run the MRP. So let me go to another session. I'll go to MD61. I will enter some forecast. I entered forecast for next 4 months basically. Or let's put like this. Okay, so now I'm saving this. So now the forecast is available on the MD04 script. It is showing here. Now normally in in the individual conversion, suppose let's say I want to let me run a marking. It will create planned orders. It created planned orders. We discussed this already several times. So normally during the production order creation, what we will do, we take one planned order, we double click and we click on this button, convert planned order to production order. That is a single planned order processing. Instead of that, let's say I want to convert all these planned orders to production orders at once. Okay, then you can do that through mass processing. Okay, so it will save your time basically. So now let's go to the transaction. The transaction is COHV. This is a transaction. Mass processing production orders. Okay, so I'll come to this list later on. Okay, now here, now we are converting planned order to production order. So what you need to do here, you have two checkboxes: production orders, planned orders. System by default select production orders checkbox. So but we are going to do planned orders. We are going to convert planned orders. Select planned orders radio button checkbox, deselect production order checkbox. Okay, so now here you can enter the planned order numbers if you want, or you can enter just the material code. So in our case, the material code is this product code. Okay, enter the product code, enter the plant 1710. Okay, so once you select enter this, here you see there is a button mass processing. If you go there, you have the function. Okay, so now you have the function. So we are here. We selected we gave the selection criteria, then you need to go to function. Okay, so now here you want to select the function. Let's say I want to convert the plant order to production order. So select this function. These are called all the functions which you want to execute. So let's say convert plant order. Select the plant order. Okay, you will get like this. Based on the function you select, you will get some other parameters here. Now let's say I'll enter the order type. To create an order, you need an order type. Let's enter the order type. Now you need to execute. Okay, say system is bringing the 4 planned orders we have. Now select all. Okay, so now here you can click on this button, mass processing. You can click on this button. Okay, or on the top there is an option button, mass processing. Just click on the button, execute. You can do any one of this. Okay, now select all, go to mass processing, execute. Now 4 planned orders will get converted to production orders. Done. Conversion is done. So now you have the conversion. So now if you go to stock requirement list, refresh, see, you got the production orders. So this is the mass processing. So it will save your time basically. Same way you can have it for production orders. So now what we will do, we have the production orders now. I want to release these production orders. So normally what we will do, individual release, we go to the production order, change mode. Okay, then we will click on this button, individual release, one by one. Instead of that, you can do release through mass processing. All orders can be released at once. Okay, so let me show you that. Again, same COHV. Okay, mass processing production order. Now this time we are doing for production order. So let the checkbox be as it is. Now here you need to select the list. What you are going to do? You are going to do it at header level. Okay, or you want to do for some operations, you select the list operations. Okay, it depends upon your requirement. Okay, it depends upon the object you are going to select here. But let's say we are doing it for header only. Okay, order headers, select order headers. Okay, layout, there will be some layouts here. Okay, layouts, but use the standard layout as of now. Okay, now you can enter the production orders here. If you know the production order numbers, you can enter the production order numbers. So what are our production order numbers? These are from these two. You can enter the production order numbers 10. Or you can search with a material and plant. And you can do this for multiple materials also, multiple products also. Here you have to click on the multiple selection and you have to enter all the products. So it's up to you how you want to select the orders. Now this time I'm entering directly the production orders, that 4 production orders. Again, go to mass processing. Okay, now select the function. See, now as we selected production orders here, you have more functions here. You see more functions here. So let's say I want to release it. Scroll down, you have a release function here. You see release. So select the function you are going to carry out. And if you want to have log, you can have the log. If you want to display the log, select this checkbox. So when you execute, it will display the log. Okay. So now let's release it. Now execute. Okay. So we have 4 the production orders which we gave. Okay. All are in created mode. Okay. Now select all. As usual, execute mass processing. Execute. See, now you got the log also. You got the log. Okay. You got the log. Okay. So now all green messages, that means orders are released. So now if you refresh the screen, see all orders are released. RE, you got the indicator. So this is how the mass processing is executed. So basically it will save your time. So you can carry out various functions using mass processing. I showed you release. I showed you just release. So this is again, you see object. At header level, you can do all these functions. Closure, set some user status, printing, casting, you can do. For operations, you can carry out only these functions for operations. Whereas for BOM components, you can do these functions. Okay. So based on the list you select, you can execute the functions. Okay. So this is the mass processing function. Okay. So basically it will save your time. This also can be executed as a background job. Okay. This transaction you can schedule as a background job. When we go to background jobs, that time I will show you how to execute this as a background job. Okay, how to execute this transaction as a background job. Okay. So that is a mass processing. Now we will talk about automation. Okay, so automation is basically you do some automatic actions during production order processing. Okay, so like you have the process which you want to automate at what point of time, what is the time, at what point of time, and which data controls it.